They're just saying no to the booze and the blow. According to a nationwide survey, my favorite kind of survey, smoking and drug use among American teenagers have hit their lowest levels in decades. With the exception of pot and vaping, everything else is down across the board compared to the 1990s, a decade that sucked, so it makes sense. Remember 1997? Yeah, it was the year of Bop. Titanic, terrible film, and of course Beanie Babies. No wonder kids did more drugs back then. As for today's teens, 33% report using drugs at some point in their life. That's like a fifth. Kidding. 17% have smoked cigarettes at least once, and 26% have been drunk. All big drop-offs from 20 years ago. Anyway, kids, don't do drugs. Here's me the last time I did drugs. Not that I thought I was a dog, it's that I could play so well. I've never touched the piano in my life. Thank you, Acid. Hey, Kat.
Yes.
I believe that this whole thing comes down to who got there first. Like, drugs are a fact of life, but booze got there first. And so we did the civilization said, we can only handle one thing. So let's just make it alcohol and then ban everything else. I think it's unfair to drugs.
Yeah, it is unfair to drugs, although I personally don't smoke pot because I can have a panic attack all on my own.
That's
I don't
true.
need any help with that.
Yeah.
But alcohol, yeah, the things that people do when they're drunk are a lot worse than the things that people do when they smoke marijuana. And yet somehow one's allowed and one's not. And vaping, by the way, is also very dangerous.
How so?
Emotionally.
Oh, really?
I'm trying to quit, and it's really hard. I decided I want to exercise for endorphins instead of like vaping for them, like some kind of robot Neanderthal, and it's been a lot harder than I thought.
Well, you know what? Yeah, I think vaping is going to save millions of lives by getting them to stop smoking cigarettes, but that's just me. And send me more vaping products. Okay, Tom, but a lot of people are vaping pot, which I think is strange.
I think it is. I'm more old-fashioned, Greg.
Really?
Yeah, back in my day, you had that like wizard bong, or it was always like a wizard or a you know, or a unicorn, something of that genre.
Don't soil the unicorn.
I don't smoke pot, Greg. I do not.
No, what do you do anyway? Do you do anything?
I don't do any. I do drink whiskey, Greg.
You drink a single glass of whiskey before you go to bed, don't you?
You're right. How did you know that?
Called it.
Yes. And of course, you drink the blood of your victims. Which is why he looks so strange. Jason, we all know that you're heavily into drugs. What are your thoughts about the decline? Is this good? People think it might have to do with smartphones.
The decline is good. I can't say that I've done any of those things along the way, but all this talk about pot, I'm really getting hungry.
Well, we spiked your drink.
That's what they tell me,
yes.
you know, that happens.
Tyrus, I came to you last because I don't think you do drugs.
You don't know me. You might be correct in this instance, but you don't know me. Well, here's the thing. Those numbers are way off.
Really?
One, because all the kids take Adderall now.
That's true.
They get prescriptions now.
Yeah, that's a good point. Very good point.
There was Ritalin in the 90s.
Not like it is now. Literally, you go to the doctor and hiccup. Oh, he's got ADHD. Give him something. Like, literally, it's like a Tic Tac. And the other thing is, getting alcohol requires ambition.
Yes.
You have to do a beer run.
Yeah.
You guys remember a beer run?
Yes.
Back when kids used to play outside. So you get together, you're running at 7-Eleven, grab it, and you run out and hop in the car and take off. Now it'd be like, I downloaded the beer. It's not loaded. It's not.
I think you punched me once.
What?
I think I used to no, because we're a different age. But I remember
I would have punched you regardless. Did you need me now?
No, but I remember trying to get somebody to buy up for me. You know, when you wait out for somebody to buy up for you at 7-Eleven, and then I gave money to a young gentleman who came out and then punched me in the face with my beer in his hand.
No, that's terrible. That's messed up. But the point is, you had to be ambitious to get alcohol.
Yes.
You know what I would do?
What?
Dress up like an old man.
Oh, that's right. This is something you have done.
You know, you always tried to look older, tried to look 19 or 20. I was like, why not go the whole hog? So I would look 70.
Yes.
They never checked the ID of an old man. Worked like a charm.
That is so amazing. Who's going to ask for your ID if you come in with a cane and you're hunched over?
They would carry the case of beer to my car.
And that's my point.
Yeah.
That's my point.
Well, you know
you
what
had to be adventurous. You had to go get it. Now, if it's not an app for it,
This is, you know what? This is what worries me is that when you were young and you drank beer, you would still like maybe go to college and get a job. If you put pot before your achievements, you're less likely to go do things. Pot should be treated like a martini.
Well, but-
you have it after work when you're successful.
but you have amazing ideas when you smoke pot.
Yeah, it is true.
You know what I'm saying? Like I always had some great. I could never remember them, but
Yeah.
I had some phenomenal
My
ideas.
idea was always get more pot.
you know.
Anyway.